Well, I have a great topic here today. Parenting after a divorce can be especially challenging during the holidays. So today we're talking to Mindie Barnett. She is the author of a book called Intermission: How Fervor, Friendships, and Faith Took Me to the Second Act. And she's here with some strategies to help divorced parents and kids enjoy the holiday season. So, you know, we're talking about holiday season. This is the season where a lot of parents who have kids have school pageants, you have parties, you have Christmas or even Hanukkah.
Or Santa Claus visits.
And Santa Claus, anything like that. During this time, I want you to first start with what are the most important things that we should know if we're co-parenting, because I co-parent. So what are the tips that you have for us that can get us through the holiday season?
Okay, well, obviously it's difficult. So if you have a somewhat turbulent, if you will, situation with your ex, in your mind, if you can, take a hiatus from that, right? Okay. For the sake of the kids. So I would say the best thing you can do is try to remove yourself from the role of ex-spouse or whatever it may be, and be solely the advocate for the child. Try to put all of your differences at bay. And in your mind, just know it's just until New Year's.
Well, it's easier said than done. You start with some strategies. First, you say, put the kids first.
Yes, put the kids first, which is exactly what I'm saying. Remove yourself, look at the relationship, which is now no longer a partnership in life, as a partnership in business. That's my take-home message, if I have to say one main thing, Megan, is the fact that you really need to take your emotions out of it and solely look at the child as your client or a customer that you're trying to appease and make sure that they are happy.
So it's a business relationship.
It's a business relationship, 100%.
And you say be open to changing schedules when needed, because you know you get that last-minute text, I can't take the kids today, or you got to take them.
Yeah.
What do you say to that? Because it could be very reactive.
It can be, but again, take that breath and take a step back and just know in your mind what goes around comes around. So if you accommodate, they're likely going to accommodate. And at the end of the day, what you have in writing, and it's important to have everything in writing, that's like the main thing when you're going through the divorce, should kind of be the roadmap, if you will, for future issues that might arise down the line. Be open-minded, because what your child may have needed when you put that roadmap in place at age 5 isn't necessarily the same needs that they're going to have at age 10. And just because you have your child for that holiday, it's your turn, if you will, if the child's needing that parent or missing that parent, give in. Be open. Don't
say no just for the sake of knowing, because of these last two things you say, show up to events together if possible and take the high road. So those are the two things you do.
Yes.
What if your ex just doesn't want to be in the same room as you?
Well, try to kill them with kindness, but obviously that's not always the case, and you can't always do that. If your ex is just completely uncooperative, there are a couple resources out there. I always say, and it's always best to kind of communicate in writing, whether it be text or email, so that you have a paper trail, if you will. And they're also more inclined to do the quote right thing and behave in a nicer way. But if that's not feasible and it's not working for you, there's another site which court monitored called Our Family Wizard. So you can communicate on that, and it's the ex who is like aggressive, if you will, and not cooperating will be more inclined to do the right thing.
Well, that obviously documents the conversation, because you text your ex and there can be some exchanges that can be misconstrued.
Right.
So you just say, what if you can't agree to your ex, and you treat it like a business relationship?
Business relationship all the way. That is the best, and that's really the only way you can do it.
Okay, so here's a situation for you.
Okay.
What if your ex has a partner, a new person in their lives that you just don't like?
Well, you may not like them because you just may not like them. They don't have to be your bestie. And as long as you're treating your child well and your child is in good hands, then there really isn't anything you can do. You really need to take a step back and just think, when it's your turn and you have a relationship, your ex may not like that person, but you're free to live your life. However, if your child is unhappy, or you're seeing some things or hearing some things about some iffy things that other person might be doing, speak with your ex. Not too far off, don't let it fester, but not in front of that other person.
Okay, and really quickly, really quick. What if your kids just don't want to go to your ex's house?
Then you need to talk to the ex, and you need to try to explain to the child that that's your parent and they love you, and et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, it's all about the child.
Well, that's
the child should get what the child wants.
Mindie, some great advice. Very hard to do, easier said than done. But I always say, just take a deep breath, and you'll get through it.
You will.
Because this shall pass. All right, you can buy Mindie's book on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Thanks. We're going to be right back.
Have
a happy holiday.
Oh, you too.
Happy ex is a happy life. That's what I say.
Bye, exes.